All right, fourth graders, so remember this is my white warp string and we cut it off so that there's just a little bit of tail. I'm ready to start with my first color that I'm going to plan to use in my key. So for you, whatever your color is in the middle, that's the first color that we're going to start with. Now, boys and girls, Mrs. Snyder gave you a lot of yarn, and it's really hard to start weaving when you have a ton of yarn. So I want you to find your first color, and I want you to cut off just some of that color. So look at Mrs. Snyder's hands right now. Maybe about this much, or the length from your fingertip to your elbow. So just some of that first color. We can always add more, but it's best to start with a little bit so that we don't get it tangled up. So I'm going to cut off some of that color. Okay, so now boys and girls, I need to tie on this first color. Now boys and girls, I posted some other videos for you, but when we're tying two colors, we can think of it like a pattern. I have it in both of my hands. I can put the right string over the left string, and then this guy's going to go underneath. Now I can put the left string over the right string. This guy can go underneath. Left string over the right string. And see how it makes this little circle, and I pull the two ends. Now I have my two strings that are tied together. Now I can take this piece of my new color and I can keep going with that pattern of over, under, pull it, over, under, pull it. So remember, every time I'm pulling it so that it kind of gets it close to the center, and my goal is to start having this spiral shape that goes around. So I keep taking that end, over, under, pull it. I'm actually doing under, over, pull it. And I'm just going to keep going around and around with this color until I have just a little bit of a tail again. And then I can either add on the same color because I want to use more because I have a lot more, or I'm going to add on a new color. Also, boys and girls, now would be a good time that I'm feeling comfortable with the pattern of over, under, that I can start looking at some of the variations, which means the different kinds of weaving that I can do that would be different than just the regular over, under, pull. You can start to see that spiral that's smooth and flat. That is what we want to see in our weaving.